Farlands or Bust stream. Flop date January, spelled correctly, 25th, 2022. We're live here on Twitch. Ready to do another hour or so of Farlands or Bust in non-episodic format. 38,423.6 megabytes on the world save file. Have you got your woofs ready? Because here we go. Hey, woof, there it is. There he is. Oop, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the hidey hole. I made it on the wrong axis. So the terrain jitter was keeping me within the doorway. Yeah, that was west. Alright. What do we need? Wood. Definitely need wood. Get your bingo cards out. Oops. Oi. Oi. Woof. Hello. Hi. How are you? We just got finished playing. Didn't I make this claim already that I should start with Farlands when I'm streaming? Otherwise I'll talk about stuff and then I'll load up Farlands and then I'll not have anything to talk about. That's the case here. So if you're tuning in on YouTube, just strap in because this is going to be a real exciting non-episode. Real thrilling stuff. Pink sheep? No, those are cows. And by cows, I mean pigs. Keeping you on your toes. Keeping you on your toes. Can you rotate that cow in your mind? Oh. That's a top tier reference right there. Ah. Oh, I picked up a thing. Woo, buddy. So anyways, I was saying to Mabel's, ooh. Wolfie, have a seat. Oh, that's just a dang old hole to nothing. During our desert golf. By the way, you're probably on YouTube going to end up seeing it, because why not? But I've been playing Desert Golfing, which is a golfing game, a two-dimensional, side-scrolling golfing game that is procedurally generated and effectively infinite. Like, we're up to hole 1801. I have been splitting up and saving VODs of it each time, with the eventual plan of uploading those and publishing them to YouTube. So subscribe to Twitch if you'd like to see them ahead of time. But yes. That's the latest series on the YouTube channel will be every hole of desert golfing. So look forward to that. But anyway, we were talking during desert golfing, as often is the case with the... Oh! I did not press pause. Okay. That was strange. That was bizarre and unusual. Spooky, spooky ghosts! My help, help! My Minecraft is haunted. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about more misadventures in bread baking. Post one hole a time on TikTok. Don't think I haven't considered, not TikTok, but like taking some of my Twitch clips, my top Twitch clips, and posting them on YouTube as #shorts. But again, effort. It would take a deal of effort to like reformat those into the vertical phone format, and then to figure out how even to actually upload and publish a thing as a short. Hi, Niblet. So that's probably never going to happen. Just in case you're not wondering about that. Just edit from your phone like an influencer. I don't see how that's possible in the least. In the least or the most. What? What are you doing? Do you need me to pile your food? This is an inopportune time, dude. Whoa, careful. One-to-one should work on YouTube in Premiere. Hi, Niblet. Okay, I need to take care of this cat. This is our Niblet intermission. Oh, it's under control. Intermission canceled. Get back in your seats. No going to the lobby to get yourself some snacks. Where was I? I was on tangents upon tangents, trying to talk about this stupid bread, and now I'm talking about YouTube shorts. Anyway, as I was saying, I've been making my own gluten-free bread with a bread machine. Consistent, although sometimes mixed results, despite the recipe consistency I'd stick with. Bread doesn't rise, bread rises too much, bread doesn't bake completely in the middle. Otherwise, works out fine. But one time in the past, the recent past even, I let the bread machine knead the dough, make the dough, combine the ingredients, and then I removed the dough from the bread maker and put it into a bread pan and then did the baking, well, the rising and the baking part outside of the bread machine. And it turned out pretty good. I think one of the main issues, if I can pronounce it like that, one of the main issues with the bread maker is that it's a vertical contraption. It makes a vertical loaf. So it doesn't have freedom to rise as it would in a horizontal, your standard loaf tin sort of bread situation. So a lot of times it comes out with a very dense crumb, as Paul Hollywood would say. Or alternately, it rises too much and then just balloons out of the top, and then you have a bunch of raw dough at the top that doesn't cook because it is outside of the realm of the baking apparatus in the bread machine. So I did that, and it turned out quite good. It turned out quite good indeed. It was a good loaf of bread. So I thought, what if I just cut the bread machine out of the whole equation? The recipe I'm using it's not a bread machine recipe, but the recipe is just like, well, just mix all the stuff together. And then you got the dough, put it in a bread pan, put it in the oven. So I thought to do that. Everything was going swimmingly. The bread rose fine. It was in the oven fine. It seemed to cook well. I took it out, let it cool for a little bit, and then I went to... A very important part of making bread is removing it and then being able to eat the bread outside of the bread pan. And then the Fire Nation attacked. And then the Gluten Nation, the gluten goblins, crawled out. No, it was stuck in the pan. I greased the pan. I heartily greased the pan. It wasn't a problem the first time I had done this, but stuck in the pan, and then it shred in twain as I tried to remove it delicately. Lengthwise, the bottom stuck to the bottom and the top came off, essentially. So that stunk. So that was annoying. That I was like, I couldn't sleep in, so I was up early. This loaf was going to be ready and done by the time lunch came around, so I could have fresh bread with my sandwich. It was bifurcated. I really beanised it up. So yeah, that was sad. That was annoying. I'm like, well, I should have just used the bread machine. I bought the bread machine. I have the bread machine. Just use the bread machine. The problem is the bread machine still takes quite a bit of, like, babysitting. It's not like you can just throw the stuff in there and go about your business. Gotta scrape down the sides. That's a lesson I learned early on in my escapades, you know what I mean. Is that even though the bread machine doth mix the dough, sometimes some of the flours get stuck and they remain in their powdery form, unmoistened, and then you end up with a chalky bread with powder pockets waiting to surprise you. So you gotta like constantly like help the stirring and scrape down the sides. So anyway, then I was musing, I'm like, I never did the math, just because it's difficult to do the math, just because it takes various types of... Yeah, I posted to the Twitters my powder bread. I'm like, what did I do wrong? And everybody who has bread machines is like, you fool, even though they don't mention this at all in the instructions or the marketing materials of a bread machine, you have to actively wait and stand over your bread machine and like scrape down the sides as it's mixing and make sure everything is well moistened and integrated. So it's a trial by fire, trial by flour. So yeah, it's hard to like do any sort of calculations about like, when I make my own bread, each loaf costs this much. Just because there's like, you use a little bit of salt, you use the yeast, you use different types of flours that cost and run out at different times, depending on how often you use them. The eggs and the water and or milk and oil, you know. Basically is what I'm saying is, it is too complicated a process for even modern science to solve. So, do I enjoy making the bread? Only when it turns out good. Ah, there's a caveat to that. That's the thing. I liked the bread. I liked the bread I was buying at the grocery store. The only problem is well, A, it's expensive, but is it more expensive or less expensive than making your own? I don't know. The main problem was like finding it. It was very difficult to consistently find gluten-free loaves of sandwich bread. Sometimes they're in the freezer. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they used to have a whole separate section in an aisle for gluten-free stuff. Now a lot of them are just like integrated the gluten-free items in with the normal items. I think somehow accidentally the best thing that came out of me making my own bread is the fact that I bought all of the flours, and then from that was inspired and learned to make my own pizza crust. So perhaps, despite all of my whoa, my bane of bread, the pizza crust was the real friend we made along the way, and recently also converted into calzone, which I talked about in the last Farlands. So yeah, really bummed out about that. Now I got this weird lopsided crumbly bread that I can still use, like, but they'll just be weird. weird bread. Weird bread. But I did, in a fit of rage, I went to Target. I needed other things. I didn't solely go to Target just for this. It was convenient. And got a non-stick bread pan. Because that's the one thing about the bread machine that really works good, is that it's the bread bin, the thing that makes the bread never had anything stick to it. It slides right out. Like butter. Maybe it's because all the butter I use. But yeah, the bread pan I had was just like some cheap stainless looking silver, maybe it's aluminum, I don't know. Probably not aluminum, that'd be too expensive. But is it made of parchment paper? I hope not, because that stuff's sticky. As we've learned time and time again. So yeah, that was my culinary disaster of the day. That's a shame. Remember back at the beginning of our slow societal collapse, when everybody was into sourdough for some reason? Like that was their thing that they were snorting to get them through times. That was weird, huh? Such sweet summer innocent children those were. I know I didn't. I don't even know what a sourdough is. Everybody's talking. Oh, my sourdough starter. Ooh, my starter. Ooh, they keep this jar of weird bubbly nonsense. Granted, that was about the time that I bought my bread machine, but that was only because I was afraid to go to the grocery stores to buy bread. The sour days. the sour era. I don't like sourdough. Like, I haven't had it since going gluten-free, really, but, like, I always remember, like, at restaurants or whatever, if they had, like, sourdough, I'm like, no. Get out of here with that. Puckery nonsense. Let's see here, we need some boats. It's got sour in the name. What are you doing? Love me some tangy bread. Love to taste the bread in the back of my mouth for the next 2 days. Love it. What was it after that? Like, what was the next stage of our denial? Most sourdough sold in stores is San Francisco style sourdough. Ah, I didn't realize that there was geographic influences. I mean, there is to coffee. Which is a lot of the coffee roasters around here are very Starbucks influenced. And I do not like. Gotta find stuff that's more Midwestern to my palate. Yeah, I don't really think there was. I mean, everybody was into that one game that I never played and will never play. With the oh yeah, I had another one of the terms on Twitter that I had to mute was turnips. Turnips. Had to mute that. Well, no, not Among Us. Animal Crossing, that's the one. Wasn't Among Us pre-pandemic? I feel that was pre-pandemic, wasn't it? Yeah, now it's Wordle. Muted! Turnips was the Animal Crossing thing, right? Like, everybody was talking about their turnips and trading turnips, and I couldn't stand it anymore. Turnip market. Ah, that's what the T in NFT stands for. Got it. My turnips have funged. I did watch. I'm almost done watching that 2 hour long epic deconstruction of the crypto NFT madness. And I can say I understand slightly more. Now there's a line go up is the name of the video, yes, or is the thumbnail on the video. I forgot the name of the guy. Another one of these video essays, which for someone like me who doesn't like reading, articles and whatnot. Not bad, but also I think we've had enough in the video essay department. There we go. There we go, that one. It is 2 hours long, so I have split it up over the past week. But yeah, it is a good explainer video. True, you do watch... I mean, my streams are not 2 hours of very technical, historical... relevant information. Let's be honest here. I have no delusions of this, so I don't hold your concentration in the same capacity as a video like that will. It is well broken up into chapters. Right before Google and YouTube removed the chapters features of YouTube videos. No, that was a joke, but was it? How can you be sure? I don't know. Ow! Wolfie, you dingleberry. I took a half a heart of damage and spooked everybody who was not paying attention. Twitch is phasing out chance. Chance. Not chance, like roll the dice for chance, but chance. Like 90s new age music craze chant. I can't say I'll miss them because I didn't know what they were or that they even existed prior to seeing their Twitter account saying they're discontinuing them. I replied, quite humorously I might add, with a gif of Homer Simpson saying, "What in the hell are you even talking about?" I mean, there was a perfectly good boat over there, but listen. You'd get a button in chat to say the exact same message. Ah. So, like, F's in chat. Sort of a thing. Or carnastick, 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 carnastick. Oh, like a chanting in a stadium. I couldn't separate it from, like, monks chanting. Summoning some sort of ethereal beast. Yeah, the thing they said was like, while on the channels it was on, it got used and was well received. It also showed a visible decline in viewership on those channels that use it. You don't say. I don't really care, is what I'm saying. I just thought that that was funny. Shocked. Shocked, I say. I mean, that is kind of why sometimes I do get a little bit testy when, like, one person, subscriber or rando or not, is, like, completely over extending their welcome by saying a lot of things all at once, because it does turn people away. Like, it is not good for business. It's like going to a convention. Remember those? And being at a what are the things where important people or famous people talk, and then those big audience people that listen. And then there's questions at the end. A panel. I kept thinking forum, which I knew was incorrect. This is an ancient Rome. And then, you know, inevitably in every single case during the Q&A section, this really isn't a question. It's more of a statement. That guy. It's that guy in chat where everybody's like, well, gotta go. Can't stick around. Got somewhere to be. That, I feel, is a good... analogy. Or, this is a 4-part question. Ba-boing. Content creators don't care about their viewers' feedback. Ah, only when it's the wrong feedback. Oh man, do yourself a favor, don't upload a YouTube video of yourself building a car using the car creator and editor in Forza. Oh boy. That makes people very angry. True, I did get that view and that engagement, so... Joke's on them. Ooh. I deleted it and banned them. So, no comment. Oh, Wolfie, oh no! That's bad. I gotta get him to spawn or he's gonna start to drown. He's fine. Dingus. This might be one of the more annoying spawners to try to tackle. Oop, well that certainly doesn't help. Oh, dang this block offset! Alright. Who's betting on golden record? Spooky noises. Time to replenish that golden apple that I used during Flopathon. Ooh, a skeleton spawner. Dangerous. Wah! Oh my god.
Creeper inside. Big bada boom.
Ah, those things are still sound effects. You weenus. Wheat. I mean, I guess I'll eat this bread since I took damage. Boo. Lame. Not even enough to make a TNT, is there? No. These loaves came out of the pans just fine. They must be using those fancy non-stick target pans. Thank you very much, Dr. Addis. That one jump scare will earn me more than all of the revenue that this version of this video on YouTube ever will. Up next on Kurt's Shorts. Eat My Shorts. That's the series. I do have a Twitch channel trailer now. Care of Desert Golfing. It's literally just the clip that I strangely had to download and then re-upload to Twitch in order to use as a channel trailer. I think you'll find they're called flop flashbacks. Flop flashbacks are too long. They gotta be less than 60 seconds to be a short. They gotta be ultra consumable. On the go, mobile, interaction, engagement, content. Who makes content? We don't know. Content creators. Certainly not humans or artists or people who deserve to be paid for their time and effort. They create content and then we throw them in the bin. You know what? I got a may contain content video in my suggested homepage on YouTube, the one with Gavin dancing. They're like, remember this 10 years ago? Wait till the next Kurt Indeed video drops. Maybe it'll be a short. Speaking of Patreon, if you are still a patron of mine, thank you for not following the Exodus. But if you are expecting a postcard, make sure that Patreon has your updated address. Shipping address. If you find that it is not, then send me a message on Patreon with the right one, because I've already printed out the labels prior to me asking this question. Although I'm still painstakingly trying to format the international addresses, because Patreon is hot garbage. Get those vlogs in. Yeah, vlogging is very hot right now, I hear. Video essays, in fact. We have been, well, we recently did join, well, we bailed out of the Netflix boat and washed ashore on the Paramount Plus shores. And so yeah, before that we were struggling for our own content, hashtag content. So we started watching Travel Man, which is pretty fun and funny. So if I've been influenced in being far more egregious in my sarcasm, that's why. Waiting for Camaraderie to be released. I thought about that. I thought about signing up for the beta for that, but effort. Uh, I don't feel like. I mean, it's certainly a much better model. We're talking about there's Patreon, and then there's this new service, Camaraderie, which was it kickstarted? I think so, to get its like actual starting funding, but it's not taking investment. We tried to think of this word, or I tried to think of this word yesterday, and I couldn't think of it, and I still can't think of it. The venture capitalism. It's not taking venture capitalists funding or like corporate advertising, so it's like actually independent. But like similar Patreon service. I just feel like, I mean, I don't know. I suppose I would try it. What have I got to lose? But yeah, like asking people to jump ship and sign up for a different service would be a big ask. Especially when those sorts of things are not as popular as they were at the beginning. Oh. Alright, Wolfie, don't go drowning in the night, will you? Have you ever died during the walk? Nope, I have never died in this world save of Minecraft Beta 173 that I've been playing since March 2011. It has come close, but I've never actually died. Like, that's not the point. I'm not trying to reach the farlands without dying. I've said it before, but it's kind of, like, unfortunate that this has happened. Like, it's interesting and kooky and neat, but it's also, like, now it's gonna make too big of a deal out of what's probably going to be a very boring and non-consequential first death. And then we'll be like, oh, okay. Like when we fell in the water. Spoiler alert. You could just get it over with right now. Yeah, I've fallen some depths to take damage. Got beaten up by a zombie pretty bad. I think that was down to half a heart once. Ran into Wolfie most recently. Down to half a heart. By the grip of my toes, nearly fell into a pool of lava. Yeah, gotta save that content for the next Flobathon. That's the next big thing. I've done everything else. I made the cakes, made the pistons, made the note blocks. I mean, speaking of which, we did that last February, didn't we? Getting kind of close. Not that I'm not saying I'm doing it again, but like I did say, like doing a yearly Flobathon thing would be the goal. I just haven't conceived of anything. God, did we do that last year? The Flaba Day through February? Like Flobathon Day-a-rama Amopolis? Or whatever it was called. $2021, yep. Ages ago. I know. We were just talking about. Oh, that was the topic of this this episode. This non-episodic episode. We were like, there was the sourdough phase. There was the Animal Crossing phase. Ooh. Many sticks. No, I think now we're in the everyone has given up stage. And we're just like letting people die. For the economy. Anyway, we need some toxic positivity. How about them sports games? No, I don't think there's very many good. I mean, there's that golf game we've been playing. That's a sports game, right? Woo. Here's a question that the girlfriend brought up. The new the farming simulator game. We played Farming Simulator 2019 or 2017. Anyway, the fern and other prop collection game. like a new, like there's a 2022 version that just came out, right? I never like looked into it just because it's like a bit expensive for a joke game to play. But are there ferns and like other things that one perhaps delusional individual could collect throughout the game? That feels like something that they would have abandoned. We don't need these physics props all throughout the map. We need to concentrate on the realism of the farming and the hoeing and the plowing and fertilizing. Donate? Is anybody donating? I have the alerts off because they are wildly broken. No, that was the unfortunate thing, BioChow. We did. It's one of my top clips from 2019, 2020. It must have been 2017. Farming Simulator 2017. Is that I dug a big pit in front of my house and filled it to the brim with all of the props throughout the entire map. But they do move back after you exit the game and then reload your save. Which just means you can have more fun all over again. Kurt Shorts. That I did download that one. I was like, if I'm gonna make a short, this is a good one. I never did it. So I don't. Nobody is wise to the Farming Simulator 2022 edition. I see. They're gonna leave it to me to try to figure it out. I mean, I think I got it free. He was like one of the free games on Epic. So that got a lot of views when we were streaming that. I gotta try to remember what I did, like hashtags or title-wise, to like get all the viewers for guy collects all the ferns in Farming Simulator stream. There, we're getting news from the front lines here. There are still things to steal. They still revert after you reload. Probably not worth it for a gimmick. There are fewer things to steal now, too. I mean, I imagine they're using the same exact game engine. I bet you they've somehow... Sorry, my ear is very itchy for some reason. They've somehow managed to make the map much bigger. Therefore, everything is much more spread out. Because at least the default map, because there were like multiple maps. I remember the default map, the one with like the farms, like the train and like that stuff, like the American map. Like that was the one where there was a bunch of stuff to steal. The other one didn't have as much stuff. The European farm map. Was it 2019? I don't know. If it's a brand new engine, then why are the maps all the same size? That's disappointing. Oh, where's my compass? That's a shame. My daughter is playing a game called The Coin Game. The Coin Game? Like heads or tails, that one? um Video game? Is it a mobile video game? You know how I feel about those. Is it an app? I mean, technically Desert Golfing was a mobile game. Before we elevated the discourse. uh, I like how everybody is just making wild guesses and not letting Lethos actually describe what the coin game is. Oh, we all Googled it. Oh, I thought you were all joking. Is it... What is it? Arcade simulator. Like Carney arcade? Like carnival games? Oh, like a showbiz pizza. Who's been alive long enough to know what a showbiz pizza is? Oh. It has realistic physics. Ah, I see. So this is like kind of a continuation on the pinball game that I played that I honestly, like, I could enjoy. And maybe I should have, like, purchased some of additional tables to keep playing it while they were on sale. But now they are no longer on sale. I am confused. I have no idea what we're talking about. Lethos said that there's a game that their daughter is playing, and it's called the Coin Game. Apparently, it's like a carnival game, ticket redemption, variety gamer game. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes we just start talking about stuff. I don't know why, where it came from, but lots of boats. Sometimes we just talk about stuff. She thought you would like it. I will definitely... Whoa, Wolfie, where'd all that life go? You dingus. I will look up it. I will look it up. I will look at it. It seems like it could be interesting. Epic Pinball. Epic Pinball. But is it Pinball FX? Does it have you-know-who telling me the tutorials? Epic pinball. I've never used GOG. Oh man, we should try that before I'm done streaming. I did download an itch.io game that I'm like, this looks neat, and I never... It's just sitting there in the zip file in my downloads folder. Speaking of games. Ooh, buddy. Sorry. Mario Kart style racing. Those are really not good single player, regardless of what they are. I'm going to judge it before I even know what it is. Back in the day, I do remember, like, the one time a big group of, like, the YouTube Mindcrack folks, like, got together and played, like, the Sonic racing game. Made, like, 3 videos, and then we never spoke of it again. Careful, Wolfie, this is a hole. Speedrunners, that was peak performance right there. That was some of the best of times and the blurst of times. And shall never be revisited. Shall never be recreated. Tried to a couple times. There was Super Chicken Horse Pig or whatever it was called that, like, kinda tried. And then there was definitely something else that was so amazing that I completely forgot it even existed. Probably. Yeah, this is a speed run. Don't you have your timer going? We're depending on you. You say, aha, but we're serious. Woo. Look at the size of that water feature. It's like I go to places any. All right. Alright, good night, Wolfie. Let's bury ourselves alive. Beds. Make a couple boats. When was the tree monument? Oh, about 2 or 3 score and 20 odd moons ago. I don't remember. I think that was three F3s ago. So 6. Or 9. Maybe it was 9. 9 is 3 F3s ago. Speaking of which, that concludes the January 25th, 2022 Farlands or Bust stream, non-episodic stream. Thank you very much for tuning in if you're on YouTube. Look forward to some hip, new, highly consumable shorts, hashtag shorts, on this channel. No. Too much effort. You don't gotta worry about that. And yeah, let's go to bed. And a sleepness. 38,497.2. I don't remember what it was at the beginning, but somebody's keeping track.